Bro, it was like I got hit by a semi-truck. Just bang! Before we get into this video, you want some gum? Alright, whatever. Just wanted to get on here and share with y'all how running changed my life. So basically, this was like 2 years ago, when I was about fresh in the Air Force. And I was struggling to find kind of my purpose, in a sense. I don't know. I was struggling mentally because everything was so new, you know. I was far from home, and I didn't know what was to come with my life. And yeah, one day I decided to challenge myself, and I don't know why or how this came up. I think I was watching like David Goggins videos or something, you know, just scrolling. But I challenged myself to do 1 mile for 100 days straight. I probably bit off a little bit more than I could chew at the time, but I don't know. I don't know why I decided to do this. And I was posting every day on my TikTok, showing like every day basically, and I was posting a quote. I didn't really get many views, but it really wasn't for people. It was for myself, internally. And just to prove to myself that I could do something. It was worthwhile. So yeah, I ended up doing it 100 days straight of 1 mile runs. And I think doing it, posting it on TikTok, I think that's what it helped me, what's the word? Oh my gosh, I'm in the military and I don't know the freaking word. Oh my gosh, I'm having a brain fart. But basically, it helped me like stay on track. Like I felt like I would look like a fool just posting it for like 3 days and then giving up. So it kind of helped me push through on completing the challenge. And yeah, it was hard, and there was times where I didn't want to do it, obviously, and I had normal things in life going on, but I did it, and I went through it with it, and yeah, it was pretty life-changing towards the end. Like, looking back on it, there's so, like, I don't know what it is about just going outside, getting fresh air. Obviously, there's a science behind it, but just when you're doing it in person, like, and you're just in your thoughts, it's definitely a type of therapy. But it helped so much. Like, especially in that time, I was having a rough time with the career, with not knowing what to do with my life. I was having a little bit of family issues. But just going on that 1 mile run every day, man, it just did something different. Just spiritually and mentally. I started to see improvements in my cardiovascular health. I was getting faster. It was getting easier. And like, it just, I don't know, it was just something to do, and it gave me like purpose and structure in going through a hard time. It also like expanded my horizon in a way. It shifted my perspective. Like, I don't know. It was just something special in that moment. And it's crazy because this was so long ago, and it actually got me into, I don't know how, but basically, when I was getting closer to the end of finishing my 100-day challenge, and let me tell you, I didn't even know, like, I've heard of a marathon, but I didn't know that a marathon was 26.6? I'm sorry, I'm jacking it up. I don't remember. I asked a buddy that ran a marathon before. I was like, yeah, dude, that's awesome that you ran a marathon. Like, how many miles is that? Like 10? He said 26 miles. I was like, bro, what? 26 miles? Like, how is that even humanly possible? Like, just the thought of that. And at this point, I've never ran more than 6 miles at tech school. And that was the first time I ran that 6 miles. And that was brutal. Like, that was the most I ever ran in my life at that moment. I thought that was crazy, and I was like, I would never do something as stupid as that, running a marathon. Like, who does that? But I think you guys know where I'm going with this. I decided to run a freaking marathon. Now, at the time, I was reading David Goggins' books, you know. Shout out David Goggins. Hey, man, he's a beast. And I was going to run a half marathon first, you know. Like, oh, yeah, do the half marathon and then, like, train for the real marathon. But then I was reading the audiobook of, like, David Goggins' audiobook. And he was talking in there, because on the audiobook, he talks throughout the book, which is dope. So check that out if you haven't. But basically in the book, he was like, a lot of people want to run a marathon, So people will say, well, David, shouldn't I run a half marathon first to see if I can do that and then go to the full marathon? Isn't that the smart thing to do? And he was like, why are you going to go run a half marathon? Something that like, you know you can do, but that's not even what you want. Why not just go do what you want to do and not complain? I'm not trying to curse out here because you know David Goggins be cursing like crazy. But why do something, why half-ass it? Like, just go train for what you want to do. Like, do that. Just go big. If you fail, it is what it is. But basically, that was all I needed to hear at that moment. Obviously, I didn't just do the marathon right after, like, the 100-day challenge. This was like 6 months to a year after I completed the challenge. I've set it on my calendar. I was like, this day right here, this is when I'm doing this. I'm running a marathon. And I had no idea what I was doing. But basically, the time was rolling around, and I was listening to this Bedros Keuilian podcast. Shout out to him, too. And he was like, he talked about how he does these 6-week challenges. Like, do something hard just for 6 weeks. Challenge yourself. And one of them was, he ran a marathon in 6 weeks. He trained for it. So I was like, shit, I got my date set here. Let me just give this a go. I trained for a marathon in 6 weeks. Now, is that the smart thing to do? Probably not, because I really only got maybe 4 to 5 weeks of actual training, because the first week was trash. I had ChatGPT give me like, kind of like guidance, but then I fixed it to my schedule and like what I wanted to do. And I was doing like decent runs during the weekdays, and then on the weekends I was doing the long runs. But yeah, I was doing these runs after work, and like I was running like 5 miles, and I got up to like 6 miles. And bro, like I was like dying running the 6 miles. And I'm just like, I gotta run 20 miles on top of this 6 miles where I'm already dead and I can't move. It was like I was like, there's no shot I'm doing. Like, there's no way I'm gonna run this marathon, and I'm gonna probably fail. Eventually, like, the long runs just on the weekends, like I started with like 10, and then I got up to 12, and like, I don't know, like something was just happening inside, and
What?
it started to feel easy, like a lot easier. Like, I was running these 10, 12 miles on the weekends, and I was feeling good, like at a decent pace. Like, I'm not like slow, like constantly running at that pace. And like, it was starting to get crazy. And then I just kept going. And then the next week I went up to like 15, and then 16. And then I hit the wall at like 17, which is like, that in itself was already crazy to me, that I was running 17 miles. I was like, yeah, I don't know how I'm going to do this thing. I still had to run miles and miles and miles on top of that. So, I don't know. But I kept my training. I stayed consistent. I just showed up, basically. And this is all while I was having normal life issues, work, whatever the case was. I was going out there, and I was just doing it. It sucked, but it was just crazy. Basically, the most I got up to was like 18. So I never ran the full 26. But then the day came, I had all this time, all the training. I did the Denver Colfax Marathon, Colorado. And on top of that, this is my first marathon, Colorado, okay? Elevation is crazy. People were thinking I was insane for doing this. And I didn't know better, I don't know. But I was just like, I don't know. I'm here, this is what I'm doing. I said I'm gonna do it, might as well do it. So yeah, me and my family, we drove out there. It was like a 7-hour drive from where we are. We stayed there for like 4 or 5 days. And my wife ran the Colfax 5K. So that was like her first 5K she ever ran, which was awesome for her. And then the next day was the marathon. Man, when I tell you, I did not know what I was getting into, but like, it was a surreal experience. We got to run through the Denver Broncos Stadium, by the way, which is dope. But yeah, race day came. I didn't even know what to think. Adrenaline was high. Just like all the training that you do to work up to it. It's just surreal. But yeah, stretched out, got ready, got up in the line. You know, I put my Air Force headband on, my shades. I got the Nike Vaporfly 3s. I was ready to go. And there you go. The horn sounded and I was off. And yeah, I was doing it. We were here. Marathon. Like, it's crazy because a year before then, or a couple months before then, like, or any time before then, I would have been like, this would never happen. Like, 26 miles, like, what is wrong with you type of deal. And here I am running the marathon right now. Bang, getting after it, bro. I'm sorry, I'm getting excited. The views were crazy. I mean, like, I remember there's one strip, I don't know, a couple miles in, 7, 8 miles in, 9 miles in, whatever the case was. And you could see the mountains in the background. It was like like we were running downhill, like down this long road. But then in the background, you could see the mountains. And I was just like, mentally, I was like, just run for the mountains, dude. Just run for the mountains. And I was just opening it up, running. It was just insane. But I got to mile 20, and I never ran more than like 18 miles in training. Got to mile 20. Bro, it was like I got hit by a semi-truck. Just everything was gone. Like, couldn't move, basically. I was dying. I was just dying. I was going at it. And I don't know, man. The last 6 miles felt like 20 miles in itself. That was the struggle bus. Everything else was all high. It was high fives, and, you know, until I got to about like the half marathon mark. It was high fives, hitting signs, getting the Gatorade, getting the drinks, you know. Some people were giving out oranges, bananas. It was a great time. But man, when I tell you mile 20, brother, mile 20 was a different type of breed. Mile 20. That's where the race started. And I was all in my head. I had to stop a handful of times. Like, I wanted to give up, quit. But man, all that work that I put in, like, I was having like them anime flashbacks. You know what I'm talking about if you watch anime. All that work I was putting in, like, I couldn't just fail. Like, I had to keep going. I had to finish it. I had to finish what I started. And let me tell you, man, that last 6 miles cooked me. I wanted to get sub 4 hours. That last 6 miles, I was out of the picture. But yeah, like, I was down to the last mile. And let me tell you, that last mile was Satan himself with that last mile in front of me. And let me tell you, I was just like, it's one more mile, dude. Back when you ran that 100-day challenge, you were doing 1 mile a day. 1 freaking mile. This is nothing. Like, we can do this mile. 1 mile. And I opened it up. I just gave it everything I had. My face was filled with salt. Like, I was dehydrated, ran out of water in my pack. I had like the backpack, ran out of water in that. I had nothing left to give. And I saw that finish line. I just sprinted through that thing. I mean, I think it was sprinting, but I probably was going like 2 miles an hour, obviously. But yeah, that's what it felt like in the moment. When I crossed that finish line, oh, hallelujah. Watch out, buddy. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Surreal. Like, I don't cry, but like, I almost wanted to cry in that moment just for a split second. I held it together. But that split second, man, just a flashback of all the time, all the effort, all the work that I put in to get to this point. And what a 360, dude. Life has just changed completely in so many different ways since that moment. And it just, I don't know, man, it just unlocks something different inside of you when you finish something like that, when you challenge yourself to something so extreme. It's unreal. It's unreal. And it truly did change my life. But my finish time was 4 hours and 19 minutes. First marathon ever. Man, what an experience. It was just amazing. And it just changed my life. So I wanted to share that little story with you guys. I hope you got some value out of it. Or if I just helped you out. I don't know what I'm doing. But if you stay to watch this whole thing, like, I appreciate you. I have like no subscribers. But feel free, man. It's free. Help a brother out. But yeah, I just want to share that with y'all. And honestly, thank you for helping me, because you brought that memory back, and what it meant for me doing something like that. And then I got deployed. And I haven't ran for a hot minute since, but I'm gonna get back into it. And I got a Spartan race coming up. It's a 5K with like a bunch of obstacle course. It's pretty freaking dope. But yeah, if you stayed for this whole thing, I appreciate you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Get out there and do you. It's not gonna be perfect, but we gonna keep moving.